I graduated in 2020 from a finance degree. After that, I just started trading for myself. I figured, I want to see if this is a real viable way to make a living. Can I, kind of manage my own portfolio and live off of my returns? So went full force into that 2020, found out that it is a real thing to do. Everything was going pretty well, but I realized I had my friends joining the markets and we were exchanging a lot of information. And once we took a position, we would go on social media and kind of confirm our bias. And we found that we were losing a lot of money, sort of listening to the wrong people online and really just going off of number of followers and different posts that were popular. And it just wasn't giving us the right answers. And so I figured, okay, this is a tough problem and it's affecting me every day when I'm trying to trade and make money. How do I solve this? So it was just something that was on my mind for a few months. And then it kind of struck me that if I could track posts and track content on a platform and assign a ranking to that content over time, then maybe I'd be able to find out who's consistently telling the truth and then only focus on those people. And so that's really the inception behind it, is isolate those voices that are worth listening to and disregard the rest of social media and these, people who don't know what they're talking about as noise, and really just connecting those experts with those beginners. And so didn't really understand technology at that point. My background, like I said, is in finance. So formed a tech team around March 2021, and have just been working on things since then. So we're about a year into this process. We have our MVP all set. We're doing a lot of beta testing, and we have a pretty small community kind of giving us feedback weekly and actually using the platform. But yeah, we have an amazing wait list that we're just almost ready to make totally public and send them the final version. But yeah, right now we're just excited to really solve this problem. And currently we've linked with other social platforms like Twitter, Reddit, and Facebook, where you don't have to come to us necessarily, as long as you give your opinion on some crypto or equity and some future expectation. We're able to scrape that, track it, and then assign you a ranking just based on what you're doing currently. And so, yeah, we're already in the process of building a lot of reputations and giving people the value that, we're looking for. But ideally, the goal is to extend not just in finance, but every other domain where the opinions and discussions have some sort of value. So whether that's NFTs or the housing market or, pieces of art, all these industries that are now becoming online, we want to cover all of those domains and direct people to those true sources of information. And an analogy I do like to sort of give to people, and it's the way I see the world, is, when the internet was first starting out and Google kind of had their hand in sorting knowledge, there was millions of websites and all the information you could ever want. And so they created PageRank to literally rank these pages and find what's relevant for us. And that method still works today. It's fantastic, of course. However, now today, the internet's changed where you have about 6 web pages where most of our knowledge is concentrated. You have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Reddit, YouTube, TikTok. But now you have these hundreds of millions of accounts that are producing the knowledge that we look at. And so now we have to go a step deeper and focus on more of an account indexation as opposed to just web pages, because really there's only 6 web pages that matter today. And so that's our goal, is to be the account indexation for the internet. And we figure start with finance because it gives you those public variables. The markets are tracked all around the world. You can't really kind of dispute the information that's given. And so by starting with this objective sort of data set, we can then form objective reputations and build that brand of trust before delving into qualitative metrics like journalism, politics, all those, subjective sort of opinions. We do want to cover those and assign some truth, but you got to start somewhere. And so that's kind of why we chose finance.